Men in the headquarters are starting to realize how secretive Matthew is, how he doesn't want to talk to anyone and is very isolated. Nothing wrong with keeping your connections a secret, but we have seen that this man is lying and deceiving. That little guy right there wants to remind you guys to not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Also, for those of you that are here for 90 Day Fiancé, I'm still going to be covering it. We just don't have an episode this week, so we're gonna get one next week. In these 2 episodes, we are introduced to multiple couples. We are gonna be covering episode 2 and 3 together, so let's get to it. We are introduced to Jeremy, who wants someone that has a strong personality just like him. In 50 years, he sees himself with kids, even grandkids, and as a grumpy old man. He has built a connection with 2 girls. One of them is Laura and the other one is Sarah Ann, which he confuses right off the bat by calling Laura Sarah Ann.
I know who I'm talking to, actually, too.
Take a guess.
What's up, Sarah?
What? Why would you guess?
He tells her that this was not his second dog and he's sorry, but keep that in mind for later. Maybe we should stay away from trying to guess names if we're not sure. Laura shares with Jeremy that she has always been super OCD about the homes of the people she dates. And if she goes to someone's house and there's a mess or it's dirty, she won't even consider the possibility of being intimate with them.
Oh, that's like my #1 rule. Dishes have to be out of the sink before I go to bed.
Yes!
Like,
Laura's like, I'm getting all hot and bothered right now. And I get it. When my hubby cleans, I'm like, do you have any plans this afternoon? Back in the headquarters, Laura shares with the girls how this man just called her another name and wants to pump the brakes just a little bit so she doesn't get her heart broken. Now, Jeremy goes on a date with Sarah Ann and they start talking and he confidently tells her that he confused her with someone else.
and confidently, and said it with a smile.
I'm so dead.
This is why I said keep this in mind, because if you are saying I said her name so confidently with a huge smile, then wouldn't that mean that he's more into Sarah than he's into Laura? Sarah Ann and Jeremy have one of the first political conversations in the pods. And here we also get the how many followers do you have question.
Because I have like 31,000 followers on there, but like it's all
What
these.
the fuck?
It's all.
For context, Jeremy asked this question because she shares that she gets Botox and has been feeling like her eyebrow is like pretty low, and also talks about how she takes many pictures and wants someone that's not going to complain about taking pictures of her. In regards to her political conversation, he wants to know where she stands, and she says that she leans more conservative. And then we also get the abortion talk.
I am not a person that is like, hell yeah, go get an abortion. Like if 2 people lay down and consensually have sex, like I think that, you know, you should take responsibility for your actions.
And Jeremy feels like if you're a man, you can get out the door and be quiet. He also shares that his dad passed away a while ago, and if they get engaged, he can't wait to take her out to visit. I'm having a really hard time reading where Jeremy stands between Sarah Ann and Laura, so let me know where you guys stand on this. Johnny and Amy go on another date, and they talk about holiday celebrations, and we get to see him sing again. Maybe they should do a karaoke for one of their dates. As they're talking, a very important question comes up. What is your biggest fear?
Is my brother. He's on the spectrum of autism and has ADHD.
Her father is his legal guardian, but if something, God forbid, were to happen to him, she will have to take care of her brother. She just really wants him to understand how important her brother is to her and wants to make sure that he's okay with it. Johnny tells her that he understands, and even though he might have written her off in the outside world, he understands her, and all he wants to do is hug her because he knows that if he was in her shoes, he would have done the same thing. He also asked her on a date tomorrow, and I am calling it right now. These 2 are walking out of here engaged. And guess what? In the next day, he stutters and then just says,
"Do it all. I like you. Like I love you. Like."
We get a proposal.
Please make me the happiest man alive. For the rest of your life with me and marry me.
Even Johnny does a cute little jump to celebrate when he comes out. I don't know if it's because Amy is a Latina, her accent, or the fact that I can relate to her. But I swear, Johnny, if you break her heart, my entire corner is gonna come after you. So please don't hurt Amy. Now, the reveal time has come, and Amy looks stunning.
Oh my god.
Not only that, but let me tell you guys, Johnny was so into her. He's like, you're so freaking hot, baby, you're gorgeous.
You are so beautiful.
I have really high hopes for them, and I really hope it works out. Back in the woman's headquarters, AD is talking to Alejandra, and she tells her that she's tired of this lying man. She feels goofy, embarrassed, and like an idiot. You guys know the whole I want to ask your dad thing? I want to draw a map for you. The fact that those words and phrases were so similar is what gets her and me. Like, what games are you playing, Matthew? She has the right to feel upset, and Matthew has huge balls to think that all of this wasn't going to come back to AD or Amber. She also shares that Clay is someone she would totally fall for. He's the life of the party, an athlete, baller, loudest one in the room, but he's a work in progress.
That's a red flag for me, but I'm such a fix-a-hoe that I would be like, it's okay, practice on me.
Can we stop, please? Like, you single ladies out there, it is not your job to fix a man, and sometimes you fix them so they can go all fixed and shiny to another lady. And let's not forget that Clay is the one that really wants to know how she looks. Now, AD is off to confront Matthew, and she tells him, what's up? I hear you're saying the same thing to other women. And right away, he knows who we are talking about, which is Amber. According to Matthew, he has not been saying the same things to her, and everything is being recorded, so there's no chance he's lying. He says that he didn't tell her about wanting to talk to his mom right away, so we're cool, right?
First thing I wanted to do after our call the other day was call my mom and tell her how I found you. I did not say that to her.
The thing is that he didn't deny the rest of the stuff. The only thing he didn't say was the mom thing. AD tells him that she likes him a lot, and Matt does too. He says every time he walks into the room, his heart beats out of his chest. Matt now tells her, you have seen the show, right? You might think I was going to propose to you, right? You thought I was going to propose, and now you think it might not happen, right?
You probably thought that the probability I would ask you was extremely high.
Yeah.
I told you yesterday I wanted to leave with you, right? Did you think I said that to her? And she's like, I don't know. Did you? I'm like, where are we going with this? Is he about to guilt trip her or play the victim? Well, he does. Because now Matt wants to know if AD is talking to someone else. And well, isn't that the entire point of the experiment? Knowing that she is, he says that it is very difficult for him to know that she's sitting in another pod making connections with someone else, even though he's doing the same thing. And before anyone comes for me, I don't have a problem with Matt making a connection with someone else. I have a problem with him repeating the same lines and telling the same things to multiple women. Don't do that. We all know you're making connections with different people. Eventually, he tells her, you know, I'm going to end up making a decision and I'll be back tomorrow. But the joke is on him because AD has decided that she's going to have a conversation with Amber about what was said, and this conversation was enough for Amber to leave the experiment. She doesn't want to be part of this silly game and also doesn't want to be the reason why AD's heart gets broken.
Yeah.
I'm not a joke. What the actual fuck is wrong with men?
Now, AD is off to another date with Clay, and when he walks in, Clay apologizes right away. He tells her, I know we're here to make a connection, and I was acting like an earlier, more like an ass, actually. Then AD decides to share that she built a connection with someone else, and then tells him about the entire drama. The moment she was done, Clay is like, are you not feeling me, or are you? Because all of this you're telling me has nothing to do with me, and now wants to know who this man is.
My fucking God. Okay. You gonna regret that shit. I'm telling you, like, 80, like, I don't understand, like,
I don't know about you guys, but the reaction Clay had was not it for me. Maybe it was the music Netflix played, but I was like, please chill out. He was saying things like, you're going to regret telling me this. My ego's really hurting. He also says that this is making him feel really bad and he's trying to understand her, but it's hard. And then says that maybe they can talk tomorrow about this. AD says, I'm sorry, I couldn't give you what you wanted. And he's like, is that all you want to say? Well, what else do you want her to say? And Clay is right in certain parts. Maybe some type of reassurance would have been nice. And then he apologizes about his delivery, which I really appreciate. Few men recognize when their behavior is shitty, and he did.
I apologize if you think I came at you aggressive with this. I apologize that this really threw me off.
But at the same time, this apology is kind of fake. Like, there's a lot of ifs in this apology. It doesn't seem genuine enough to me. So now he's back in the men's quarters, sharing with the boys how he can't even comprehend how Matthew created a connection with AD. He says he doesn't like to have competition with men that are not on his level. I think that's what he meant by this.
One thing I don't like doing is having competition with like other men that I don't think is of mine. Like, I'm sorry.
Now, when AD meets Matthew again after finding out that Amber left, she notices that Matthew is either crying or sick. And he tells AD that he has never felt like this for anyone else. That America loves an underdog, that we are all rooting for him. Are we rooting for him? Are you guys rooting for him? This man clearly knows we are watching him and we have already decided that he is the villain. AD tells him, you sound devastated. Is it because Amber left? And he says yes. He feels like he broke someone's heart on national TV, and that's not what he intended to do. And now he broke hers. Oh, is that all you care about? Breaking someone's heart on national TV? Not the fact that you lied on national TV? And now he's on his way to find Amber. Bro, what? I thought you were into AD. What do you mean?
I'm done. I'm gonna go get Amber.
You girls better mop the floor with this man at the reunion because he's such a liar and I cannot stand it. Now that Matthew's gone, we can really focus on Clay and AD making a connection, where Clay takes more accountability of his actions and admits that he has a lot of work to do. He's building up an armor. He tells her that he was crying this morning. And I mean, a man crying on TV is one thing, but a black man crying on national TV is actually a huge deal. Black and Latino men tend to do this a lot. They hide their emotions and not talk about them. But I think you guys need to let those emotions out. Throw away that machismo mentality because us women are here for vulnerable men.
Like a dope masculine trait that
Really?
a man would allow himself to go there.
Yeah.
I think it's almost weakness more when a man is like, no, I'm not gonna cry.
You get better after that, you know?
Yeah, you got.
Now, the next connection we got is between Mr. Principal and Brittany. He says that the moment he found out that she used to be a teacher and loves God, he was all in for it. And then shares with her that he lost his biological mother at the age of 12 from cancer and how he almost had to plan everything himself. His parents are the example of what he's looking for and what he wants to do for his partner. Brittany also shares with him that when she was 5, her dad was an alcoholic and unfortunately he passed away. Both of them feel the same way when it comes to their level of maturity and they kind of trauma bond. Trauma does make you mature faster in my opinion. This comes from personal experience. And then Brittany is also someone that wants her man to take the lead. She wants her man to make the decisions, and that's dope because Kenneth also wants the same thing. These two really bonded over their losses and religion, and I am loving it so far. They have also agreed to wait into marriage to be intimate, and on episode 3, he proposes to her.
Will you be my wife?
Yes. I am now a fiance.
Yep. We get another proposal. Chelsea and Jimmy are meeting again, and Chelsea apologizes for leaving so quickly and having the reaction that she did. They talk about the perfect dates, and for Jimmy is a vacation at the beach with a happy ending at the end of the day. Chelsea is always laughing a lot, like a lot. And even he notices. When Chelsea asks him, do you feel like you're living here with someone else? Jimmy tells her that if he finds the right person, he will, but does not really want to talk about it. Then Chelsea has a very interesting question. Do people ever tell you that you look like a celebrity? And then Chelsea says that people tell her that she looks like Megan Fox because of her blue eyes and brown hair. The moment Jimmy hears that she has brown hair and blue eyes, he writes down in his little notebook,
Ooh.
But I don't see it, so don't get excited.
and then the moment that she says Megan Fox, he's like, can we get married already? And here we go with the looks again. This season is really feeling like looks are a huge deal. Back in the women's headquarters, Jessica is very worried about her date with Jimmy. She's freaking out, and then back with the boys, and Jimmy goes to talk to them and shares with them how he's not sure about becoming a father. And he really needs to figure that out. Yes, you do. When they're in the pods, Jessica is telling Jimmy how much she misses her daughter and how much of a sweetheart she is. And then the question has come. Jimmy wants to know if she wants to have kids because this is really important for him and his family. He has 5 siblings, I believe. And well, this is important for him and wants her to be in the same place. Jessica also shares that she lived a very hard life. Her parents were addicts, which forced her into the foster care system. Her dad went to prison, committed suicide, and after this, she found a family that helped her get through life. Thanks to the mom that adopted her, now she was able to prevent her from going back into the foster care system. If she would have gone back into the system, she would have lost her daughter. So to me, this woman is a saint.
My mom, she's a literal angel. She saved my life.
I am telling you guys right now, after Jessica shared all of this and seeing Jimmy's face, it made me feel like this is just too much for him to handle. However, they do have another date. And in this date, Jessica is talking about her routine with her daughter, and this man is cracking his knuckles. I usually wouldn't say anything, but he admits that he's doing it to annoy her.
Were you consciously doing it to get on my nerves?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
If you're doing something that you know damn well is annoying someone and you're doing it on purpose, I'm gonna put a lot of question marks on you. Because that's just disrespectful. And I'm starting to think that this connection is not gonna work. And that he's not a good guy. Also, Jessica asked him what his social media is like because in the past, she has been in relationships where they follow a bunch of pages where there's just image after image of half-naked women, and I agree with her on this. I have a history with that. She also tells him that she's very sure about him and has no one else in her list but him. I don't think Jimmy is going to end up picking her, but we'll see. When Chelsea sees Jimmy again, she tells him that one of the girls approached her last night and was very mad when she found out that she was building a connection with Jimmy. However, inside the women's headquarters, Jessica was saying how she didn't even want to think about Chelsea because she has no time for that, which makes me think that someone's lying or there's something missing. I just realized that I missed this part while I was editing where Chelsea is literally pouring almost an entire bottle of vodka into her cup. I was like, girl, are you okay? Jimmy tells Chelsea that she's very good at validating his feelings and wants to know what was the moment that things flipped for her.
Honestly, I think the divorce conversation, the way that you reacted when that conversation happened.
Where she cried a lot. Anytime Jimmy says something cute, like just a tiny bit, Chelsea starts crying. And I don't have any reason to dislike her just yet, but I am a little conflicted by her. Now we have Chelsea and Trevor. And to me, their connection seems more genuine than the one that she has with Jimmy. Trevor is such a teddy bear. It's hard not to have a soft heart for him. There's even a time where Chelsea says that she has a thing for mullets. And guess who has a mullet? Trevor. And he also makes sure to tell her that he has narrowed down his options to only one person, and it's Chelsea.
I am a sucker for a mullet, and if you're joking with me, I'm gonna be pissed.
Chelsea's like, you know where this ends, right? And trust me, He knows, and he's ready. So much that on this day, he drops the words,
You mean if you're not like my typical type?
Yeah.
No, I'm not scared of that. Because I love you.
and he asks her, how does that make you feel?
I wish you knew how I feel. That makes me...
Well, tell us, Chelsea. Tell us how that make you feel. So at this point, she has two super strong connections, one with Jimmy and one with Trevor. And when she goes back into the headquarters, she tells the girls that she was ecstatic to hear those words because men that she has dated in the past have been super mean to her. And hearing those words come out of his mouth are super reassuring. But she also has a huge connection with Jimmy. And when Jessica hears this, she does what I would have done. Goes and gets a glass of wine. Yes, girl. Now, I don't really remember much of Jeremy and Laura, but according to Laura, they have a lot in common. And in the day they talk about how much they hate holidays. For Laura, it was just never a thing. She sees people around her celebrating the holidays. Well, she's just hating them.
I hate Christmas. Like, it puts me in a bad mood. I get like high anxiety.
And Jeremy comes from an Italian background where they used to celebrate so many holidays. But the moment that his grandpa passed away, that just stopped. He once had a conversation with his grandma, and she told him that it is now his job to create that for himself and his family. And this is something that both of them can agree on, that they want to create those beautiful memories together if they come out of here together.
Laura's my number one right now. It sounds super cheesy, but she just feels like she's been around forever.
And that's gonna be it for today. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and see you guys next time. Bye.